It's a typical Tuesday evening. You're stuck in the usual rush hour traffic on your way home from work. It's been a tough day, and you can't wait to get home, kick off your shoes, and finally watch that episode of your favorite show. Do you ever feel like life is slipping away? Time seems to merge into a blur. As children, we perceive time as infinite, but now you find yourself sitting in traffic wondering, where did the last 10 years go? Hopefully, you're not wasting your life because you never know. Today could be significant. Whether we admit it or not, we only have a limited time here on Earth, and we can't afford to let it slip by. We all understand this, yet many of us struggle to recall where the last 5 years went. So, how do we avoid wasting our lives? During childhood, time felt endless. Each day seemed to stretch on forever. As we grew older, however, time accelerated. Days morphed into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years. One moment, it's January, and you're setting goals for the year. The next, it's July, and you realize you haven't accomplished much. Interestingly, time hasn't changed. It moves at the same pace it always has. So, why does it feel faster now? The answer lies in our perception of time. For a 4-year-old, 1 year is a quarter of their life, whereas for a 40-year-old, it's only 2.5%. Thus, a year seems much shorter to the older person. We can't change the nature of time, but we can understand how our brains construct our perception of it. Neuroscientist David Eagleman has spent over 20 years studying this, culminating in the time perception theory. Essentially, our experience of time is subjective. It depends on how our brains interpret it. You may have noticed that time seems to slow down in stressful situations. When everything feels like slow motion, that's your brain altering your perception of time. What can we do with this knowledge? The reason your childhood felt so long is novelty. As children, we encountered new experiences daily. Now our lives often feel repetitive and routine, which can lead to a sense of monotony. This doesn't have to be a bad thing, but it does diminish the novelty that makes time feel rich and meaningful. To counteract this, try to introduce novelty back into your life. For the next 30 days, seize opportunities to be spontaneous. Speak to someone new at the gym, visit a different coffee shop, or even consider moving to a new city. Challenge your brain with fresh experiences. This is your life. You should strive to embrace everything it has to offer. Many people avoid confronting the reality of time's passage, but we all have a limited number of days. Whether that last day comes next week or next year, we can't predict. Make decisions with the awareness of life's brevity. Live each day as if it were your last. While this may sound cliche, consider if you truly live by that principle. If you did, you probably wouldn't be watching a video about wasting time. So, put down your phone and go live your life. Make the most of your time while you still can. Embrace new experiences and appreciate every moment. Then, hopefully, in 60 years, you can look back and say, I didn't waste my life.